Welcome to Virtual Coffee with Dawn Rickabaugh, the Note Queen, where we talk about owner financing and notes. Financial solutions, one mom and pop to another.
And then, like I said, a lot of, the thinking in the industry that I've evolved through in the last couple decades is just short-term versus long-term sort of vehicles. So I don't know. I hedge my bets with a lot of things. Property paper. My paper is, I have some short-term loans. I have some that go out long. Like I said, I have some gold. I have some silver. I have some crypto. I'm a prepper. I got food and water and, the things, medical supplies. So I really, to me, nobody knows what's going to happen. If you have any parting comments of what you think people should be doing, let's hear them now.
Well, my parting comments would be to keep an eye on risk and become a little bit more risk averse, and to become very flexible, as you've just described all the different things you're doing, to be flexible and not just to focus on one arena. For example, a landlord might also become a real estate agent or something like that. Or to be, if someone is involved in their day-to-day job and want to get involved in real estate, be sure they're well established in the real estate before they give up their job.
Yeah, I think that's very wise. To me, it's a time to be hunkering down a bit. Not that I don't actively invest in the market, but I'm very conservative now in the things that I'll do, especially if I don't directly control the asset, like with notes or maybe not so much with loans, but in discounted notes, frequently we're not local to the asset. So in that case, like I really am sticking more to, I really hate to be more than 50 cents against an asset. I really don't like it because I've seen the movie play out in my own portfolio over the last 10 years. And so I go, oh, that worked out. That didn't work out. That's why the fundamentals in the note industry were the way they were, right? So some of that I've reinvented the wheel on, because what I see a lot of, and I'm glad you brought this up, and then we'll move on here, Ed. But a lot of people go, hey, can you tell me this one guy, hey, there's small investments with a high yield. So let's say you can make 14% on these little notes secured by little houses. I mean, like Larry Goins, like he's a genius, right? Like these HUD homes, they're buying them for $5,000 to $10,000, and they're selling them for 30 to 40 with owner carry. So then they've got this note that's let's say you got a $35,000 note, so they're in it for 10. Acquisition and maybe rehab or not, $10,000. They sell it for 40. They take 5 down. Now they've got a $35,000 note, and now they want to say, oh well, I'll give you. You're going to make a 15% return on that. So they discount. Let's say you're buying the note for 20, and you're like, oh, ka-ching, man, where can you get 14%, 15% on 20 grand, and someone just handed it to you, and it's secured by this house worth 40. No, it's not really worth 40. What have you done there? It's a great return, but what's the risk? What's the actual cash value of that property?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. We're just creating dialogue.
The way Larry Goins sells his properties, whenever you do a seller finance, you can charge the buyer a higher rate than the market rate.
Right.
So you take a loss there to begin with, a potential loss in terms of market value.
Well, what I'm saying is it's a great model for him and for some of his note buyers. It's just, and I'm not knocking him at all. I mean, the guy's a genius. He really is. And I bought other similar types of paper, not actually from him, but a student of his. I have bought 12 property notes from him. But what I'm saying is the acquisition and the quick cash value of that house is pretty much not too much more than these guys have into it. Say 10 grand, right?
Right.
If you have to sell it quick, it's worth 10. So even though you got a screaming deal, you paid $20,000 for a note, and that's great if the note performs. What happens if it doesn't perform? What's the actual cash value of that property if you had to sell it quick from another state? It's 10.
Yeah.
So
right.
what I'm saying is, in some of these markets, it doesn't mean it's not a good deal. It means you just have to go in with your eyes wide open with balancing risk and reward. That's all I'm saying there, because I think what they're doing is great. They're providing home ownership for a ton of people who otherwise never have it. That's what I love about owner financing. And then they can sell the note to put huge profits in their pockets and to create great investment opportunities for people who are ready for it. You just can't go in blindly thinking that when you buy a note, it's as stable as an insurance annuity or something else like that. These are real people and real deals, and real life happens. So you have to just know that if you buy 10 notes or a dozen notes of this kind of thing where there was maybe only 5,000 down out of someone's pocket, but the actual cash value, if you had to sell it quick to a wholesaler or an investor, you have to just realize that it's less than what you paid for the note generally. Thank you for the coffee. Did you give me the wrong coffee? Thank you. So this is virtual coffee, if I forgot to say, and I now finally have my coffee.
You've been listening to Virtual Coffee with Dawn Rickabaugh. For more, please visit notequeen.com.